Okay, this is a little bit more for day 6. You're also going to be asked to write an equation, and you're going to be given a y-intercept and an x-intercept. So in my first example, I'm going to say write an equation of a line that has an x-intercept of 2 and a y-intercept of -5. And really what they're doing when they're giving you the x and the y-intercept is that they're giving you 2 points. Let's just look at what it means if they're giving you a y-intercept and an x-intercept. Well, we know what the y-intercept is. The y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. So a y-intercept of -5 means they're giving us this point right here. And that point would be 0, -5. So that's a y-intercept of -5, gives you this point. Now what does it mean to give us an x-intercept of 2? Well, it's the point where the graph's going to cross the x-axis. Here's the x-axis, here's our y-axis. So where it's going to cross the x-axis is +2, which would be right here. And that point would be the point 2, 0. That is our x-intercept. So really, they're just giving us these 2 points and asking us to write the equation. So let's now go to my next slide and I'll write those points. So one point was 0, -5, and the other point was 2, 0. And remember, this was our x-intercept, this one was our y-intercept. So the fact that they've given us the y-intercept means we already know that b equals -5. And now we just want to write our equation, figuring out what m is. This part's already done. We've got what b equals. The first part is always finding the slope. And we're going to find slope the way we did in the last problem by saying this is x1, y1, x2, y2. And we write our slope equation, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's fill it in, being careful with our negatives. We have -5 minus 0 over 0 minus 2. That would be -5 over -2, which is the same as +5 over +2. I now know my slope, and I also know my y-intercept, so I'm going to fill them both in. Y equals 5 over 2x minus 5. And that would be the equation of the line that has an x-intercept of 2 and a y-intercept of -5. Okay, that's the end of that problem.